heat. Good morning. How is everybody doing? So, I'm off this week. Yeah, boy. I am going to plan to do some of this stuff. Okay. I'm gonna have a bash getting all this cut back and the rest of the sleeper wall here. I can't see because it's too sunny. Let me go to the other side. That's better. Yeah, get the other sleeper bit put in there. Get rid of all this junk. That'll probably take me a week, the speed that I work, because I've still got sleepers dotted up there and over there, so I need to make use of them. So that's the idea there. And then what I'm going to do with this, not completely sure. Probably just put some bamboos in or something like that, and a sheet and some stone over the top, but I'm not 100% certain with that yet. But I just need to clear it out, do a couple of tip runs. Anyway, so it's good that the sun is out today. In fact, the heat pump didn't even go on yesterday. My total electricity costs for everything, including the house, because I always talk about everything as a whole, was about £3, £3.50 for everything. So happy days. I don't know what the temp is, it's so bright I can't see the screen, but it'll be, I'm set at 18, so it's no cooler than 18. And you'll be pleased to know Chubbs the Chag, who tried to make a crazy escape last week, is fine. No marks on her. Even though I don't know where she is. Where's she gone? Down there. She not come up for food. Anyway, yeah, so tried to make that escape to freedom, but sort of, there she is. So she's all good, no marks, no scales lost or anything like that, so got lucky there. Goes to show, take your eyes off for a couple of seconds and look, it's like having kids. So yeah, that's the plan for this week, is to get some of these bits done ready for next year, and the impending pond adjustments, as I'm calling it. So I'm getting that bit sorted. The plan then is to start taking the hedge out. It's going to be messy. Haven't arranged a mini digger yet, but it will be far easier if I could do that, but it won't be this week because trying to hire one at this moment in time is ridiculous. So we'll be leaving that for a bit. So much to do. I need an army of people down there. Well, I need a bank balance to be able to afford it all, and an army of people down and just get it sorted within a week. One of these like programs where everyone just turns up and everything happens, and then they go at the end of the few days and then everything's sorted. That'd be good. Right, anyway, I'm putting it off because it's getting mucky. Could have just gone out on my bike today, the weather's beautiful. No. Anyway, let's tuck these back up. Going for a cup of tea. Is that cheating? I could just stand here talking for another 10 minutes, then go in for a cup of tea. But no, we're not going to do that today. We're going to crack on and get it done. Right, I'll catch you in a bit and you can see how little I've done and laugh at me. Right, catch you in a bit. Bye. minute, making a mess because I need this. Didn't get you last week, although you've just seen I did start to film something. The reason I've got the camera this way is because the sun's up there. I did film something last week, which was the first 4 minutes that you've just seen. And I just decided there wasn't really a lot going on. I had a few late finishes with work. It was dark. No point in picking the camera up. So, as you saw, I've just picked this up. And I'll tell you where we're at. Have a quick look at the fish. A few things to talk about. Hot heat. A few little things that I've done this week. Well, not this week. Today, this morning, and yesterday, because I got in reasonably early. Let's just move this over. So, as per usual, fish is just hanging for food. Still not piling, they're still getting this. I've just been feeding a steady amount every day, as per. So sort of 4 times a day, getting about 150 to 200 grams a day still. I reckon next year, when all my mods are done and stuff, so it'll be late summer, well, probably be the year after then, won't it, because we'll be ramping down a little, but I reckon I could probably easily, the fish would take probably double what I'm feeding a day. Great, more cost. So yeah, everyone's looking happy, everyone's looking good. It's just not seeing them, it's a bit depressing, isn't it? Covers on, dark early, it's dark late, windy, you probably can't even hear me, it's cold, although the sun's out today, sort of. So that brings me on to my next point. Yes, the heater has been on an absolute ton this week, because we've had a few frosts, been proper sort of very low single digits, with the temp down to sort of most mornings coming out starting work 2-3 degrees, so it's been awful. A couple of mornings we've had a very light frost, so this has been on quite a bit. I'm still holding 18 degrees unbelievably, but it has been on noticeably a lot more. And I've actually been playing a bit of a game with it. So when the temps are down to, well, it's frosty at the night time and or very low single figures, it is on a lot. So obviously there's not a lot of warmth in the air, so it'll be on pretty much all night to raise it the 1.5, I think it's about what, 1.5 degrees to get it back up after it's switched on. But what I've started doing now is, and obviously that costs a couple of quid, so what I've started to do is turn it off when I go to bed, so it's not on all night, and then just have it on in the daytime, so just lowering and raising the temperature. Like today it was down to 17 degrees, so without it being on, and it wasn't on at all yesterday, it managed to hold 17 all day. Well, it was actually flicking, I've not seen it do this before, it was flicking between 17 and 17.5 on the thermostat display on the heat pump. So I had it off, and because the sun is out today and there's a little bit of warmth in the air, although the breeze is a bit fresh, I've got it back on today, back up to 18, hopefully get it up to 18, and then again turning it off of an evening. And it seems to be, it'll drop between 0.5 degree, maybe 1 degree overnight, depending on how cold it is. So I'm using the daytime temps to my advantage, and obviously it is slightly dropping down overnight. It's not dropping down enough for me to want to keep it on. I'm just managing to put back in what is lost. It's probably what it's lost in 2 days, it can put back in the daytime 1 day, as opposed to if I have it on and it's running all night, it's struggles, but it is on for most of the night and then turns off in the morning. Well, that's when it's not at its most productive, because obviously it's drawing in colder air, so it's needing to be on a lot longer than the daytime. So purely cost related wise, so that's where I'm at with that. So as I say, playing a bit of the game with the ambient temperature, still trying to hold 18. I'm probably going to hold that until it really does get cold. The latest it will be is December at some point, mid-December, maybe Christmas, and then I'm going to start to drop it down, because it will be cold without a shadow of a doubt. And I need to give the koi a bit of a rest, I think, because although I haven't been feeding kilos and kilos and kilos per day, but just a bit of a chill out where I can trickle in a bit of food, as opposed to piling in maybe 150, 200 grams a day. But yeah, on the whole, happy with everyone so far. It's all good. Right, put you down for a minute, put the covers back on, and then we'll quickly talk about what I've been doing this morning, Saturday, and started yesterday. So I'll speak to you again in a minute. Right, so what I've been doing over here, I did manage to get all this cleared, all the weeds and stuff. As I say, the plan here is to probably have it level with this pillar here up there, and then have that just planted, a sheet down, gravel on it, 2 or 3 bamboos, something like that, some bigger plants just in there. But before we get to that, I'm over here. I've got a gap now. Got a gap in the hedge, so I can start to dig out some of these plants and get them planted up the top, just purely for access. And then, yeah, well, I don't know how much soil I'm going to need to put in my thing, but not, I'm going to have way too much here. There's going to be a lot left, so I'm going to need some kind of grab lorry or skip or something like that, whatever's the cheapest option, and depending on what I've got. I've got stone, I've got some of these corrugations, there's all sorts of junk here. There's a builder's bag there, bits of concrete and junk. So yeah, what I've done up here, literally, so yeah, all that mud from behind the pond is going in here. I've started to put some in at the very end. I've just started this end and working my way back. And then going to plant some of the plants that are behind the pond in these spaces, get some bulbs and stuff in. I'll need to hurry along with that if I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to run out of time. Be too cold, but hey ho, something for next year maybe. So currently that's the situation. Oh, we haven't talked about this. Nothing's ever easy, as we know. So because I've now got a massive gap in the hedge, you can see in the filter pit now, you can see how open it is actually. Well, I'm standing here thinking about my next move, just looking at everything as you do. Noticed that rubber joint there, I don't know if you can see it dripping slightly. I've got to get in there to change it because it looks like it's, well, it is split there. I've got a leak, so lucky I spotted that. Now I've got another one to go on, but having a quick look at this, this is slightly cracked as well. Slightly, very slightly cracked, look. And the inside's good. There's a little bit of rubbish there, but you can't see it this side. Again, this is another reason, not a reason, but it's another thing, when I do my rebuild, hopefully as much of it is going to be hard piped as possible, with only using the rubber boots where necessary, or if it's a tight fit, or just to maybe join things that I'll need to take off. I don't know what it is with these. over the years, obviously, like all of us, we buy them from all over the place. I don't even know where they've come from, what koi dealer, so I won't start mentioning names, but I normally buy my stuff from 1 or 2, maybe 3 different dealers with these fittings. So, but I've got some that have degraded like that, and I've got others that look brand new, so it's very, very weird. I mean, this one up here that's outside, look at it, it looks fine, and that doesn't look like a pond one. I think that might have even come from somewhere like Screwfix or something like that. So very odd. So I'm going to replace that. Oh, you can see how bad it is here, look, it's worse this side. So I'm going to replace that. That's the side. That's actually from. That's the heater line as well, actually. So I'm going to have to hurry up and get it done. Yeah, it goes from the drum to the K1 bin, out to the pump, and then up through the heater, and then back via the flexi pipe. Well, I don't need to drain the whole pond or anything like that. I've got a valve on the other side of this, and I've got a ball valve. I'm going to lose a bit of water, aren't I? Don't need a ball valve there. I've got a slide valve the other side of the K1 chamber, so I can isolate it there, and obviously it'll be the water that's in all of this pipe and the heater that's going to come out and get me soaked. Joy, oh joys. Anyway, no point putting it off. I'm going to jump over there and get that sorted, and then no doubt have fun and games getting the heater going again. Well, it shouldn't be a problem, I should just be able to turn it on, but I know whenever I do anything it's never easy. Right, anyway, I'm waffling on, and I've lost my thing. Great. If I'm done with that, I don't know. I'll be back in a minute, and then you can watch me moan and swear and spit trying to change this over. Right, anyway, catch you in a bit. So I went and got a ratchet as well. I don't know if I said that on air or whether I just told a mate on text. I went to get a ratchet to do me rubber joint thing, and I can't find it. I don't know what I said about it, I can't remember, but it's been that long because I've been looking for it, about 10-15 minutes. Well, I found it. I've been everywhere. It's obviously fallen out of my pocket. Look, there it is. Ah, that's 15 minutes of my life I won't get back. Joys. Well, that didn't quite go to plan, as per. I'm now standing in a puddle. For some reason, the water didn't stop coming out, so I had to put the thing on with water absolutely peeing out. Something, I presume, that slide valve is letting water through, even when it's shut. Because the amount of water that I've lost. Okay, well maybe there's water in the pipe and all that stuff. I don't know. More came out than I thought, so my foot's soaked. Anyway, it's changed over, no leaks, but there is a slight crack on it, so I need to keep an eye on that. Hopefully the rebuild will be done before that's an issue. Right, let's get it back on, make sure it works. Anyway, turn this on. Right, sand flow. Oh, I need to turn pump on. That is down here. That's this one. Oh, it's firing up. Ah, there we go. Sweet. Well, I'll keep an eye on that. I'll need to check the parameters again just to make sure, because I fiddled with the ball valve on the pond side. Easier to do when it's dark because the screen's not the brightest. I don't even know if you can see that. So it's saying 17 degrees, and I want to make sure the out, so that's the inlet temperature, the temperature of the pond, and the outlet should be 2 degrees higher than that, so it should be 19 degrees, but I'll leave it on for maybe half an hour just to make sure it's running fine. Top the water up in the pond. Well, there you go, it's going up a bit now. Anyway, right, job done. So that's it. Found my thing, I've done it, put this back before I lose it again. Now I'm going to continue chopping edge. Laters. So look, there we go. I've done loads of jobs, have a couple of weeks off of filming, and I forget, I'm not in the habit of picking up the GoPro when I'm doing the jobs. So I'll show you what I've done over there next week. Because I know there's some people who've been moaning at me, it's a normal Saturday morning, it's not the same without a koi diary. So we'll save all of that stuff over there, which I'm looking at right now, which is rubbish, but anyway, it's something that I've done. We'll save that for next week. So, tip for this week, check these. This is the second one I've had fail. Well, this is the worst one as well that I've had. The other one wasn't quite as bad, it was just cracked, but this was actually leaking. So if you've got quite a lot of rubber joints, especially if they're not quite straight and level, and there's a little bit of sideways or upwards down stress on it, check it. So yeah, that's it for this week. Just about, I'm not going to show you behind, I was just about, I can't even hold the thing, I was that out of practice. In fact, that's a bit of a disappointment. The wind blew me bowl and it's properly cracked now. Another thing on the list, as well as a net now, get another bowl. Just going to chuck a bit of food into the fish before I say goodbye. Water's topping up slowly, because obviously I lost all of that a minute ago with the taking the rubber boot off. So yeah, food wise, it's about 50 grams. They're getting 4 of them a day ish, 45 to 50 ish. It's not exact science, that's all I do. So I've been hard at it today, as I say. Thanks for watching, thanks for sharing in my dramas this week. I'll catch you all next week and I'll show you all of what I've done over there. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, I'm such a craftsman. Not. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next Saturday with another instalment of the Koi Diary. Thanks for watching, see you then, bye. One last thing before I forget. Now you can see because it's a bit darker. So that's the temperature that the heat pump's put in, oh, the pond water, sorry, that's the pond temperature. Push the settings button and then go, oh, not that way, the other way, down to A. So that's the incoming water temperature, and that's the out temperature from the heat pump. Ideally you want that to 2 degrees. Obviously you can alter this with your bypass valves, opening and closing, slower the water, obviously the bigger the difference you can get. Ideally, as I say, you want that within 2 degrees. Seems to be the balance between enough flow and heat. Anyway, that's the end of the video. See you later, bye.